Okay. We had a great year this year. So we'd like to thank our squad who worked so hard from last April up until this March for all their practices, all of the fun times we had, because we had a lot of fun times. They came in, day out, every ball game, and gave their all to support their school, and we want to thank them. We want to thank the administration
and the school board, our principals at both the high school and the middle school, because they both work with us on getting pep rallies scheduled and letting us go to the high school and leave for basketball games or football games, whatever we need to. And we had a much larger squad this year, and we think that that added so much. We got tons of compliments from people in the community, from school board members, from faculty, from other schools. And we think that it just showed off more students at Muldrow the talent that we do have.
We had 2 seniors this year, Morgan Hudson and Lindsay Gann. Morgan, she kind of was the heartbeat of the squad, and she's the one who kind of set the tone for how the squad would react to certain things, and plus she's very entertaining, so that always helps. And
she was always, if we needed to get something done, she said, "Okay guys, let's do it. Let's get it done." And she was really the one that took control and stepped up to be a senior leader. Yeah. And we cannot thank her enough for that for this past year.
And she's the one who started calling me Mom. And you, maybe CAC. I'm not real sure where CAC came from, but I'm Mom, she's CAC, if you didn't know. And Ricky, I will miss her a lot.
Yes, she will be missed greatly this next year. And Lindsay came on the squad this year and just did phenomenal. She started last April and was really, one day she came in tears and said, "I can't do this." And I said, "Yes, you can." And she showed that she can. She did a great job. She was comforting to some of the sophomores that we had, and became a friend to lots of them, and
she helped us out a lot.
She helped us out a lot too. She's going to be one of those that she was always willing to get something done if it needed to be done, or take a blow to the head and get some stitches if needed to be. So that was our first experience with that, but she was always ready to step up to the plate for whatever she needed to do.
Yeah. And we also had another boy that's not graduating, but he's going back home across the world. So Michael came on the squad and really enhanced everything. He, of course, can tumble like nobody's business and flip off of everything that he can crawl up. But he just added a lot to our squad, and everybody just loved him on the squad, and he was just a wonderful, respectable young man.
Yes, he was good with our kids when we had our cheer clinic, and I know lots of little kids started calling him Fancy Bun Man. And so he's going to be missed when he goes back to Slovakia. I know his mom and family are ready for him to come home, but we are going to miss him this next year because he was very entertaining to watch. Even you would catch the refs watching him at the basketball game, like during a timeout. They would watch what he was doing. So he's going to be missed greatly this next year.
This squad really kind of set a really good foundation for what we hope that Muldrow Cheer can be in the future, as far as talent, but as far as also how they present themselves off the sidelines and off.
Yes, they've worked hard, and I think that you can tell that through just being on the sidelines and the routines that they've done for dances and stunts, and they've just come so far, and we cannot express how proud of them that we all are for this year that we've had.
Hashtag we love you so much.
It didn't work.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Mike Passage. I'm head high school fast pitch coach. I'd like to start by thanking a few people first. First off, I'd like to thank our school board and all of our administration for all their support and all that they do that allows us to have the program that we have here at Muldrow. I want to thank our parents for allowing us to coach their athletes and all their help and support throughout the year. I want to thank our teachers for working with our athletes and ensuring their success in the classroom. I want to thank Coach Moore for his assistance in running the junior high program. I want to thank Coach Claiborne for his assistance in developing and running our high school program. I want to thank our athletes for their time, their efforts, and their dedication to our program and the classroom as well. This season we were 16 and 15 on the year. Some notable wins on the year. These ladies were challenged at a pregame plate conference about midway through the season and answered that challenge with a 2-0 victory over a number 3 ranked Drumright team. They also recorded a win in a back and forth battle over a number 10 ranked Glenpool. And these ladies had a respectable third place showing in a Morris Invitational tournament against a very tough field. This team is a group of talented young ladies that consistently showed up and competed every day. These girls are a very enjoyable group to work with. They take care of business on and off the field. We never had any issues with this group. And I truly feel blessed to have walked into a group of girls with such great work ethic and such high character. And I'm very proud and thankful to have had the opportunity to coach these young ladies.
My name is Daryl Tyler, coach girls softball team. On behalf of this team, I would like to thank the school board, the administration for your support. We had a very successful season. I would also like to thank Coach Smith, my assistant coach, who helped me the entire season. I would also like to thank a couple of the sponsors that helped us have a very successful season. The Masonic Lodge, they started off the season serving our barbecue dinner, which was a huge success. We could not have raised the money without those guys helping us, especially Big Mike Rogers, that did all the cooking for us and the preparation and did not charge me a penny to do it. He was very, very helpful. And Mike, I want to thank you for that. I also would like to thank Western Arkansas Nursing Home, who gave us a donation that helped our girls buy some of the stuff that we bought. And Michael Morton, I would like to thank you a big amount. Also, I would like to thank my wife, Janelle, who was my secretary. Good Lord knows I couldn't have done the season without her. She did all of the fundraising activities, helping keep me in line with all the paperwork that goes along with coaching and being a head coach. I really didn't have no idea how much there was involved getting things prepared like that. This year's softball team, we went 20-9. We won our districts. We were regional consolation champs, which put us in the state tournament. We won our first game against Heavener, and I was very excited about that. I think our girls was also excited too. We ended up getting beat our second game of the state tournament, but I really think that we accomplished and achieved some lifetime memories for these kids, which is my number one priority. I hope they'll look back on this one of these days and really see what kind of accomplishment they have achieved.
Okay. And thank the administration again.
Okay. I would like to also thank the superintendent, Mr. Flanagan, along with the rest of the administration for your support, giving us the needs that we have to accomplish this season. We were out of school quite a bit, probably more than they would have liked, and I'm going to try to work on that a lot next year to where we're not out of school, unfortunately, girls, near as much as we have been this past season. But without their support, along with the staff, they really helped me and encouraged these kids, and the students really liked that. So thank you all very much.
Okay.
Coach Cherry. I coach the high school track. Our track team did a real good job this year. We placed in almost every meet that we went to. I'm so proud of all that we got accomplished. I'd like to thank my administration for giving me the chance to work with these kids. Also thank my assistant coaches, Terry Collins and Ross Dodson. Without them, were big help. Also like to thank my wife for all of her support.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll kind of tell you.
2, 1.
At the start of the season, we had a team meeting where we talked about individual and team goals. And we knew to get these goals accomplished that we had to do a lot of hard work and push ourselves to the limit. When we first started the year, we were going to meets. We were just, placing here and there. We really wasn't gelling right. And then we finally went to the Catoosa meet. And once we got there, the size of the meet kind of scared us because Catoosa is so big. It's a huge stadium. There was over 30 teams. Some of them were 5A. We lost Sean Pruitt before it even started because he pulled a ham right in the warm-ups. And so we were kind of intimidated at first. But then once the meet started, our kids pulled through. They did a good job. And then that kind of set the tone for us to go to regionals. And we saw that we could compete with anybody. At our region, it was one of the biggest in Class 4A. And because of what we accomplished at Catoosa, we ended up having a real good regional meet. We had 5 that qualified for state in 6 different events. Michelle 7-star qualified for the long jump and the 200-meter dash. Madison Chambers and Tyron Collins in the 400 meters. And then we also had Morgan Leslie and Dalen Pratt in the shot put. At state, Michelle ended up being the state runner-up in the long jump. She went 17.4, did a real good job. And then Dalen just barely missed getting on the podium because she finished 7th. If she would have finished 6th, she would have got a state medal. I'd like to thank all my seniors for their support. I'd like to thank Dalen Pratt, Tyshawn Acton, Morgan Leslie, Jackson Wall, William Montgomery, and Mikey Egger.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm Coach Farney. I've been coaching the golf team for the past 12 years. And I'd like to begin with some thank yous. I've had a lot of people that's supported and helped the golf team, and I want to recognize those people at this time. Miss Johnson for helping with the newspaper and photos and all of her media help. I'd also like to thank Janet and Gary Kendi. It's Hudson Kendi's mom and dad, and they helped buy kids hoodies and t-shirts this year. I really appreciate their thoughtfulness and help with that. Also like to thank parents and friends of the golf program. Of course, my wife, Lana, for all her support for me through the many years of coaching. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Martin, Mr. Page, and of course administration for their support of the golf program. 2 of my seniors, I've got 2 seniors this year, so these thoughts are for the 2 seniors and of course my players, and I begin with this. Through all the years as a coach, whether in golf or in any sport that I may have coached, I've always thought of how I could make this person a better individual, or how do I get them ready for life after sports. For most of my coaching career, my players have participated for the enjoyment of the sport, and by all means, I hope that I have done my best in that area. But I also know that as a coach in life and in sports, there would be difficulties and struggles. So to my seniors, those who are fixing to go off in their new adventures, my players, and all athletes, remember these 4 points. 1, if you're doing your very best, then your best is good enough. 2, it shouldn't be about being perfect, but about getting better making improvements today, tomorrow, and the next. The third point, don't focus on the few failures along the way. That's called adversity. It'll get better. And then the fourth thing is winning and being good at what you do takes years of preparation. It doesn't happen right away. Be patient in whatever you do in sports and in life, and be determined to finish and work hard. In saying all of this, I would just like to say to all the boys and girls played this year that I'm very proud of you and what you have accomplished this year. I'm proud to be your coach.